Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in South Texas, and I'm very grateful to be here. Grateful to be sharing a pattern with you that's new to me. I do appreciate the fact that I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm able to share what I love with you. And today I'm going to do a bookmark for my granddaughter. So that's what prompted this video. And down here is paper that I colored this morning with Lindy's Magicals. And if you see the color changing here, it's because it's cloudy outside and the sun is coming in and out from behind the clouds. Anyway, I actually recorded or tried to record how I did this, and it didn't work out. So you just get to see the end result. But basically, I just had a 9x12 sheet of 140 GSM watercolor paper, and I wet the whole thing, got different colors of Lindy's Magicals that I thought my granddaughter would like. She especially likes purple, and basically just painted it on, and then put it under something heavy to flatten it while it dried. And then I cut it into pieces. And since she really likes purple, I'm going to use this one. And the pattern I'm going to show you today is from a group that I mentioned before in Facebook, and it's the Tangle 365. And that Facebook group is closed. It may open up again this summer, I'm not sure. But I did ask permission from Yvonne Jackson if I could share this pattern with you today, and she said yes. And I have seen so many fun things that people have done with this pattern, and I'm excited to share it with you. This is one that I did, and it has some other patterns in it also, but just want to show you some of the variations that you can do. And I just went kind of crazy with this one. It was Earth Day, and this was kind of my Earth Day tile. And then I did this one this morning with several variations that I had seen people do in that group. Like I said, it's a really fun pattern that has a lot of possibilities. This is just a piece of cardstock that I had handy, and I folded it in half so it could be a card if I wanted to. And so let's get started. This one is 2 inches wide by 6 inches long, and I think I'm losing my light again. Well, the one behind me, and see if it helps a little bit. So that gives me, sorry, that gives me a shadow. Okay. It's a partly cloudy day, and so the sun is coming and going in my window. I think for this one, I'm going to start by putting just a very thin border. I didn't put the corner dots because I want to round this a little. I did use a corner cutter. Here it is, to round those corners after I cut them. I am using a purple Micron 01. You can do this in any color you like, but my granddaughter, like I said, she's like her grandma. She likes purple. And one of the things that I'm giving her for her birthday is books. And she asked for bookmarks. Okay, so I've just put a very simple border around that. And I'm just going to start randomly adding some of these patterns onto here and have them come from various directions. And this is just a way to show you how this pattern works. Let's start with this one. Okay, get my hand out of the way. And I'm just going to start down here at the corner. Come out. I'm going to do like a little fescue on the end. And I like to leave just a little bit of a white dot there. See that? And then we're just going to add a nice big orb. I'm not worried about whether or not it's a perfect circle. We don't do perfect here. At least I don't. All right, now I'm just going to add like striping. And I'm just bringing these back down toward that center point. There's no right or wrong, just play with it. And then I'm just going to go ahead on this one and add an aura to the inside. I go back to this other side now. Add some striping. Just like what I did on the other side. My stripes are not the same on each side, and that's okay. I'm going to come on the outside here. I'm going to kind of fix that odd one. Now, you could do like this, sorry, and add hatching down in there. And that's what I'm going to do. Just kind of bring it toward the center. But we're going to leave a highlight across there. I've really enjoyed playing with this one. You can do with it whatever you would like. I've seen so many variations. And Yvonne said that she's hoping to get this submitted to tanglepatterns.com. And I hope that does work out for her. I have no idea how long that process takes. I had a pattern I used to do when I first started doing Zentangle that I really don't think I've seen that exact pattern anywhere, just a very simple grid. But I haven't tried to name it or submit it because I've seen so many that are close enough to it that I don't worry about it. Okay, so one more across here. Okay, so now we have a little bit of highlight going across. And
I'm going to add some little orbs, or at least one down here at the bottom. And then she kind of rounds the corners on these. And I'm just going to put a little one at the top and round those corners just a little bit. Okay, so there's one. And you can do whatever you want on this little stem. Most of these I've left them pretty much blank. We could put another little one down here at the bottom. Again, add that rounding. Okay, so now I'm going to add, there's another version right here that she has in her step out. So let's add that. It looks similar to Zinger and Printemps put together. Okay, she adds a little bit of weighting on the side. And that's just like putting smaller and smaller hats on here with a few dots coming out. And then she puts almost like Printemps. So just a little spiral comes around and meets. And same thing here. So I think that's really cute. I am going to put like a little fescue coming off of this one. Just keep thinking about, well, what if I did this? And what if I did that? And my little bitty hat on that one also. Okay, so there's our first version. I'm going to come from the other side. Okay, so opposite end of my bookmark, and I'm going to add this one. Okay, so I'm going to come up from the same, well, the opposite corner, but I'm going to come up from the left corner and come across, and I'm just going to kind of make a curve here. Then do my little fescue or teardrop end, I guess is the best way to describe that. And then I'm going to do another large orb. Okay. And then we're going to round these corners. I'm going to do that on both sides where that meets. Okay. And then inside, we're just going to put some little orbs like they have separated to the top and bottom of this. Size doesn't matter, just some random little bubbles. And maybe some little dots. Okay. We do the same thing on this side. I'm not trying to match it exactly to the other side. Again, let's just make it kind of random. And then I'm just putting, again, a few little dots here. Okay, now we're going to put an aura around the whole thing. So I'm just taking my time. Okay, I'm going to turn it. It's easier for me to keep a good aura if I'm pointing my pen toward the line where I'm adding the aura. Remember to breathe. Relax your shoulders and your back and your hand. Well, I kind of touched along there, but it's okay. All right, so there's that one. And the actual original pattern is like this, the center one. So let's put one of those coming off of this also. And then we're going to add 3 orbs. Round out the center, or where they touch, where these corners touch. Well, I guess there's not a corner on a orb, but anyway, where the lines meet, we're adding a little bit of rounding. Now I'm going to aura this one. And if I take my time and don't talk too much, I do better. So I do want it to look nice. On the screen, this color looks kind of black, but it is purple. All right, so there's that one. And I'm going to add a couple of these in here also. Just a simple one coming up the center. And I'm not going to put an aura around this one. But I will round the corners just a little bit. Okay. And I think I'll put a cap on this one. So it's kind of like looking at your Wi-Fi symbol. It just keeps getting down a little bit smaller. And how about one through here also? And for this one, I'm going to do it like this. And that's just something I did on my own that looked like fun. So I put 3 little dots, kind of like a modification of bead line, but this is all the same tangle, just with some variety. And that's what I love about this pattern. There's so much you can do with it. Put another one here. Just think about what if, and I go for it, which is exactly what I did when I came up with this idea, looking at what was already on the pattern and what you could do with it. Just to add some little fescues in there. Okay, so there's that corner. And we have this corner. And now I'm just going to go to the center and have some more come out. And this is a fun one that someone else came up with. And so when we share, you know, I love that it helps other people come up with ideas also. So I'm going to do large orb here, and this is what I'm doing, is this one. Okay, and then a smaller orb above it, and another orb below it. I'm going to round this where they meet. Same here. So I have 2 granddaughters that were born on April 25th, 5 years apart. So I'm preparing gifts for both of them. One will be 9 and one will be 14. And then I'm just putting what's called stippling, just little dots. And again, this was an idea that someone else showed that I really enjoyed. And let's have this one come up from this side. Excuse me. So I'm just going to come up off of this border, come across, and go this way. Okay, and so for this one, we're going to add our orbs. And then we're just going to add auras inside, coming in both directions. I'm going to do a little bit bigger one here. So I am grateful for my Facebook groups and the ideas that are shared there. Okay, so there's one more. And let's go down in size again. And add our little auras again. Okay, and I kind of did an accidental line there, but let's just go ahead and bring that one out. Okay, I'm going to put the little cap on it. And I think I'll just do a simple one like this again. Add my rounding. And then, just continue to add whatever you would like. Let's zoom out and see what we've got here. Okay. It's a little bit busier on this end than it is on that one. I'm trying to decide if I want to add something else in here or not. I think I might just add this one again right here. With just some little orbs. We can do the little dots. With 2 dots, an orb, 2 dots, an orb. All right. I think I'm done. So there you go, just a very simple bookmark with a very versatile pattern called Bulbs by Yvonne Jackson. And here they are. Let's get this up. So I do plan to laminate this. I don't have a machine that does it, but I have the kind where you pull the paper off and stick it on and then fold it over so that she can keep this clean and nice for a while. All right, thanks again to Yvonne for this beautiful pattern. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.